Power Book 2, Episode 5, Coming Home to Roost. Your boy Tariq is in some hot water, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we start this episode off with Zeke turning himself in.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts about that?
Looking super sad. They was turning the pressure cooker up on that one because I don't know why, but like I just never entertained the thought of Zeke in prison. Like, oh my God, they was gonna tear him up.
Yeah.
Lamb to the slaughter.
Facts.
Look, I'm just here to do my time. I'm just here to do my time. Bring that ass here, big fella.
Yeah, no, he wasn't going to last very long if he had to do that.
Oh my goodness, that was going to be terrible. It was going to be awful. What the fuck was he going to do?
But luckily, he didn't have to deal with it because the cops decided that he wasn't actually a suspect after all.
Yeah. So looks like the pulling out of Ramirez's body worked out the way that Monet thought it would. So, kudos to her on that one. One thing that I did not think about last week in regards to them digging up that body, right? Braden's implicated in that because he moved the body.
Yeah.
Right? Like if they get a warrant, you know what I'm saying, to get into that room and dig a little deeper, start looking for DNA, start looking for the dirt particles from where, the murder scene was at and trying to find any of that shit in their apartment. The same thing for the body of Ramirez, if they can connect that anything back to the bathroom, under his bed, on any of his clothes. Braden ain't no killer. He don't know to burn his stuff.
No, that's a fact. And
they already low-key looking at Braden as an accomplice at least.
Yeah.
So it's about to get very heated for the man.
The whole Rage Cop and Tate's brother seems like it kind of has some racial undertones to it. I don't like how their dynamic is because of one being black and good at his job and one being white and angry.
But you knew Rage Cop was bigoted anyways from the jump of this. Like he was biased to start. I think Tate's brother is the only part. He forces his way. Like he forces that man to listen to him. Mm-hmm. It was an interesting part. Like when they popped out on Lauren while she was giving her interview or whatever and they started talking. It was so funny that they both like Tate's brother is over here arguing for Tariq. Like, I really think we need to pay attention to Tariq. All the signs are pointing there. Mm-hmm. He like, well, hold on, man, because I'm looking at this Kane dude. He got this rap sheet, and he's Tejada's boy, Tejada Jr. Like, maybe looking to hear both of y'all right at the same fucking time. Don't even know it. Both of y'all right at the same time and don't even know it. But then they get their wires crossed because now it's a dick measuring contest, and Rage Cop doesn't like the fact that, black guy over here is intruding on his investigation. Plus, ultimately, this somehow has to fuck Carrie, so he still has to work on that because he wouldn't be Rage Cop if he wasn't trying to spurn a woman who spurned him.
Facts. Plus, Tate is so much better at his job.
Yeah.
Because he's not letting things like Carrie cloud his judgment. It's not fueled
by anything. Yeah. Right? He's not motivated. He's not pushed any kind of direction because
he's pushed by doing a good job at his job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One thing that I will say, I'll acknowledge, some people pointed out to me in the comments for last week's episode. I had forgotten that Carrie was a former prosecutor. Mm-hmm. So like the whole thing about her helping with the interviews and shit like that, or even Monet going to her now, is a little bit, it with that context, it makes a little bit more sense.
It does, but there's still a conflict of interest because she teaches these kids.
Well, there's an obvious conflict of interest. Monet don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, no.
Ethics classes she takes.
Monet doesn't give a fuck about it. I'm thinking like the cops should at least
take a look into that. No. They're playing in murky waters right now, especially with how she coerced. I don't even know how else to put it. How she coerced Lauren into doing that shit. Like, you're facing serious charges. That was just a lie. She was never charged with anything. They never did anything to that girl.
Well, plus they lied, or she lied to Lauren by saying Tariq wasn't involved in any of it.
The whole fucking time. Now, the reason why she did that is because she read that fucking book. Yeah. And she read what Jabari was putting together. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, oh no, this nigga did it.
And the way she came at Tariq during the class.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. It is funny, and it is a common thing with this show. The black women are far more quick to see through Tariq's bullshit than everyone else.
Yep.
Like, outside of Tasha, who was completely oblivious to everything that was going on.
As she should be, because it's his mom.
Well,
at some
no,
level.
fuck that.
I'm sorry.
No,
at
fuck
some
that.
level.
She's closest to him. She should have been seeing this shit happening while his ass was still in that goddamn penthouse.
But she has a deniability because she's his mom. She wants to see better in him because she's his mom.
Fuck that. That's
she's
not
clearly
what that
ignoring.
Was.
She's clearly ignoring.
Maybe for a mother in general, fine. That's a valid excuse. From what we see, she had her nose up Ghost's ass too much. Ghost told her he wanted out. She wasn't fucking with it.
I see what you're saying.
And his relationship with Angela was more important than her kids at home.
No, that's a fact. That is arguably what started
all of this.
Yeah.
And so Tariq watching his mama go crazy over Ghost, and he like, oh man, then look like watching doing my mom wrong. You know what I'm saying? And now Ghost all over there, Angela's all the fucking time, and not talking to his kid about what's actually going on with them. Just up and booked out and left. So now he don't even have a way to process it like this is a normal thing. Like parents split up. I don't have to become a drug kingpin because my parents split up.
Well, and then Kanan came through and corrupted
and
the
just
whole
shit
situation.
all over it, right? Yeah. Just turn his life upside down. So yeah, that was a quick recap of Power, the original series. But back to Ghost.
Brayden actually ended up lying to Tariq about Kane showing up,
which I don't know why. Well, I mean, he's kind of just repaying the favor for how Tariq pays him, but I don't get his reasoning for lying to him. Like, I mean, Kane literally told him, like, hey, tell him I'm gonna be seeing you.
He has to know at some point that that's going to cause things to become even worse.
Like, I get that he doesn't want him to know that he's been, like, working with Kane or doing little side jobs and shit like that, but, like, I don't know. It was a weird little lie. Yeah, I don't know what he felt like he was protecting. I mean, him saying, oh, yeah, Kane came by looking for you don't mean, like, yeah, I helped him dig up the dead body of the cop. That's kind of a leap.
Yeah.
But whatever. You know, he just acting like Tariq now.
Yeah.
Just lying for no fucking reason.
Unfortunately. Monet calls Milgram to basically be like, look, all right, everything's separated.
Stop. Halt. Don't do shit else. And she didn't listen to a fucking word.
The funniest thing about that call is Monet answering the call like, bitch, that's not why I called. Monet, chill.
Like her pimp.
Chill.
Her pimp.
Mrs. Sahada, I was actually going to call you. I've been making real headway.
Bitch, that's not why I called.
Like, you don't answer the fucking phone
Mama
like
Monet.
that.
I'm doing my best I can.
Bitch, that's not why I called.
Bitch, I ain't why I called.
Like, chill out.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah. Mecca gave Monet the option to run away with him and leave a trust to her kids.
That boy coming in strong.
Oh, bruh.
He coming in strong. He like, man, I gotta have a trust for all of your kids, not just the one that's mine, but all of them. Like, how Monet keep running into these dudes that's willing to play trick daddy to all these stepchildren?
You know what I mean? Lorenzo's going or maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit.
I don't know, because I want to talk about that shit.
No, we talking about it. We definitely talking about it.
That shit was out. He was like, hey, mommy, I am home. It is me, Lorenzo. I am back, baby. You are okay now. You are safe.
Haciéndose el problema por todos lados. Llegó el hombre aquí ahora. Llegó el hombre aquí ahora. Mo.
I'm home. I'm home, baby.
And your eyes start fucking twitching like she was trying to hold in a fart or something. Like, that shit was nuts.
That shit was very nuts.
That shit was nuts. It was the first time in a long time that she showed an emotion that was not angry. Like, peering through all of the, all the trying to make a facial expression, I saw some fear in there.
Fear
Good job,
and legitimate confusion for once.
Good job. There was a differentiation. Oh, that's not a word. There was a difference in the forming of your forehead. It wasn't so crinkled. It was relaxed and surprised.
Well, there was a little bit of that, too, when she was in the car with Tariq, and Tariq basically told her.
Shit on her life?
Yeah.
Shit on her whole
like, all this
life.
bullshit is going up underneath you, and you ain't even see it. Dumbass.
Did you put it together that Diana stole that money?
Yeah. I think.
This is another one of them things I felt like I should have known, because it's pretty obvious. Like, where else did she get the money to give to Davis?
Yeah.
But hey,
I think I thought about it at once, and I didn't bring it up during.
Yeah,
the last
it's like
review,
they showed it and then they kind of moved on, so
Yeah.
that like I don't know, maybe it was obvious to others, but I didn't see it until he said it, and then it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
I actually thought that he was gonna leave Diana out of it and not snitch, but then he was like, "Fuck it, that ain't my girl.
Yeah,
that ain't my girl,"
yeah.
and just let it fly.
Speaking
I didn't
of,
know what I thought he was about to do to get up out of there, though. I guess he used his brain as usual.
for once. Yeah,
So Tariq, at the behest, I guess, of Diana and Monet,
Yeah,
follows Kane, real loose like nigga, acting like he a super agent or something like that. Like, what was you about to do? How was you about to get in there, fam?
you know.
How was you about to get in there? So homeboy whoops his ass.
Yeah, which again, the chef playing.
It's cold.
Like what is going on with the chef? Yeah, the way
the
he
chef
killed
cold.
homeboy, that shit was crazy.
Like, man, I knew he was cold when he broke homeboy's hand and he just slipped in the AirPods and
Yep.
didn't even flinch.
Yep.
Just another Tuesday. Chop.
No, when he fucking slashed bro's neck, I had to sit there and pause it for a second. Like,
Like, I
What
thought
the-
that was his family. Was that not his like cousin or some shit like
that
that?
was his nephew. I thought maybe.
Them niggas are definitely related.
Yeah. Yeah. Kane also saw from that phone that the custody hearing was the next day. And so obviously Monet
Found
pulled
out
up
his
on
button to
Tariq
push.
and yeah.
Yeah, again, another silly point is that like she went through all that trouble and then let Tariq talk her out of utilizing it. But nevertheless, like she ends up letting him go. He goes in and he actually wins. He actually makes me feel for him a little bit. Cause it's like, all right, well, if he ain't just trying to destroy his grandma, he gonna send her to rehab so she can get better,
Yeah.
and then she can take back over. That's something different.
Yep.
Still lost. Rage Cop and Big Tate found the badge in Tariq's room that Kane planted there. Almost didn't find that bitch. Almost did not find it.
Yep. Because they
Almost
were
didn't
looking,
find it.
the way they were looking for shit was like, yeah, of course you're not going to find anything. You're kind of just opening drawers and closing them right away.
There's nothing here.
Come on, bro. You're not actually
He
looking
looked
for
at it
anything.
too. He was like, man, you was a worthless motherfucker. God damn it.
Can you explain to me how Tariq finally gets a car in this episode and still shows up late to places? Like, fam.
Yeah, man. Lauren let him borrow the Beamer. He was finally driving for once. Yep, and you're
But
right.
still
It's
showing up late.
Still late.
Oh, really interesting thing. So we see Redman again, and he alludes to being okay with being in prison because apparently there might be some things that.
On Davis.
Yeah.
Man, I was really hoping that Davis was just like criminal in the rhetorical way. You know,
Yeah.
not actually like he probably murdered somebody or some shit like that.
One other thing that struck me as weird, this is a little bit earlier in the episode, is Lauren and Tariq were talking about the novel that Reynolds was writing. And Tariq just kind of said, yo, yeah, you know, obviously it's about a black dude.
Who the book was about.
And what about that book Professor Reynolds was writing? You don't think that was about Brayden?
Look, no. The book was definitely not about Brayden.
Are you sure?
Yes. Professor Reynolds told me who it was about.
You fucking idiot.
I
You's
was
a
like,
dummy.
how is your Spidey senses not tingling right now,
She
bro?
asking you all these questions.
How does she even know about the novel? How would she know about that? Clearly something's up here, and you're not even. I don't know. I thought that was fucking weird. So okay. So obviously, end of the episode, Lorenzo's home. Tariq is in jail. Thoughts on that?
The letter.
What is this?
I actually don't know what's inside.
Only that I was supposed to give it to you in the event that you were arrested for homicide.
It's from your father.
I knew you'd end up here, little nigga. Right where you belong.
I was upset that Ghost didn't read it in his voice.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people saying that.
That would have been dope.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
the letter
like
was still dope, though.
It's a little bit more purposeful making it his voice, because it's like maybe now finally he's coming to the realization, and that's the one thing I can say is that finally this little nigga is taking some lumps because he's punching above his weight class. He's playing in shit that he cannot handle. Finally, we see him taking some actual lumps.
Yeah.
Not scares of potential trials. Not a murder beef that was beat before it ever went to trial because Saxe is an idiot. Real stakes. Federal time. Rikers Island. This is what happens. So yeah, we're here. My boy is locked up. And it's getting bad.
Here's the thing I was excited for when I heard that Ghost had set up a note to be given to Tariq
in the case
when
that
he got arrested for homicide. I was thinking
that is crazy.
I was thinking maybe it had something to do with Ghost thinking that Tariq would kill him, and so therefore he would know Tariq's gonna get locked up for homicide.
I could see that, but I could also just see the general like you're a fuck up, and I know
that, and that's what it ended up being.
Ultimately, it will lead you to kill somebody, and you're gonna get caught because you're a fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you just how much I know you, boy.
Yep.
I'm gonna show you exactly how much I know you.
Which was dope.
Which has to be fucking infuriating for that man.
Yeah.
That has to burn his soul alive.
For sure. Any thoughts on, obviously, episode 6's preview when we come back from the break? Obviously, in this case, Lorenzo is out here making moves now.
Yikes. So she about to go tell Mecca to calm down for a second, and he's going to get pissy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he waits long to pull up. I don't think he waits long to pull up at all. I think he gives her one opportunity, like, look, we didn't already agree. So you can go ahead and tell him today, or I will be pulling on around the corner, playing New Edition, with my T-tops off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if your nigga wants some smoke, tell him to come outside. That's what Danny from Manifest said.
But we got to see if Lorenzo is bigger and badder than what we've seen Mecca be. I'm sure
he was in jail for manslaughter. Yeah. So
we got to see. I seen Mecca give the chef a look, and then that nigga sliced up bro's neck. We got to see Lorenzo do some bad shit like that.
They look like some murderous brothers, huh?
Bro, I'm not going to let you keep pushing this brother thing.
I mean, the niggas look like each other. Bald heads, Hispanic, goatees.
Nope.
They both love Monet.
Nope.
What else is there?
Nope. They're not brothers, bro.
Okay.
Let it go.
Brothers are best friends. Choose one. Give us your thoughts on episode 5 here in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen to Tariq? What's going on with Monet? Is she going to choose Lorenzo?
And make sure you check out our playlist down below, full of all of our Power reviews, things like Raising Kanan, and obviously Power Book 2 Ghost. And make sure you subscribe. We review Power episodes every week.